So, I recently dealt with something no family should ever have to say out loud. My grandfather, Gerald Peterson, pulled a gun on 3 fake HOA officers and then they had the audacity to try pressing charges against him. All over an American flag. They called it a threatening political display. But in the end, the only threat that got removed was them escorted away by real police officers. Let me start from the beginning. It was a quiet Thursday morning when I stepped out onto the front porch. Grandpa stood in his robe, calm as the sunrise, holding a GLOCK in one hand and a steaming mug of black coffee in the other. 3 men stood frozen on the lawn, dressed in matching tactical vests, radios clipped to their shoulders, and boots that hadn't seen a day of real work. There were no badges, no official insignia. Just aggression disguised as authority. And Grandpa, he didn't shake. He just sipped. 3 days earlier, a strange letter appeared in our mailbox. No return address. No stamp. Just a typed sheet accusing Grandpa of displaying a threatening political symbol. The American flag. The same flag he raised every morning since his best friend's funeral, the same one folded with military precision. The accusation came from Clara Brewster, neighborhood gossip queen and self-proclaimed HOA president. Clipboard practically glued to her palm. But here's the twist, there was no real HOA. The paperwork had no official seal, just a phony P.O. box and a font that screamed Microsoft Word 2003. Grandpa didn't react. He read it, then muttered, Comic Sans. That's the real offense here. I checked the county records, no active HOA, no compliance codes, no 9D clause. Which made it even more suspicious when Clara's husband, Todd, dropped by with a store-bought pie and asked if the house was still in Grandpa's name or held in trust. That night, someone bent the flagpole. Not broken, just insulted. At 7:14 a.m. The next day, 3 men stood at the property line. Clipboard guy opened with the line, You're in violation of HOA Code 9D. We're here for compliance enforcement. Grandpa raised an eyebrow. You're on my lawn. Failure to comply may lead to escalation. Take one more step and I'll escalate you into the bushes, Grandpa said. The guy twitched. One of his goons reached for something at his belt. That's when Grandpa raised his GLOCK low, calm, pointed at the ground. He didn't need to aim. The threat was enough. 2 of them backed up. Clipboard guy stammered, We'll be reporting this. Spell my name right, Grandpa said. The P in Peterson is for Patriot. I stepped outside because Grandma whispered he's about to say something reckless. They left, tripping over the curb on the way out. But it wasn't over. 22 minutes later, a black cruiser rolled up. 2 officers stepped out. They weren't rushing. They were calculating. One eyed the flag. The other eyed Grandpa. Sir, can you set the firearm down? The real trap had sprung. Clara watched from her porch, arms folded, grinning like a villain in a made-for-TV movie. Inside, Grandma locked the GLOCK back in its case beneath the sink like it was a relic from some quiet war. Grandpa just muttered, Tastes like cowardice. Mom asked, What if they come back with charges? They're not real until they're lawful, Grandpa said. Until then, they're just cosplayers with clipboards. The next morning, Clara came back. This time with paperwork and another pie. Grandma opened the door. Just a homeowner update packet, Clara chirped. After all the drama yesterday, we want to support Gerald. Is this one frozen too? Grandma asked. Clara laughed her fake laugh and handed over a folder. Inside were requests for full legal names, social security numbers, military discharge details, and even security system info. The file name? Master_compliance_senior_target_final_version 2. I traced the document multiple edits from cracked software on a Windows 7 machine. This wasn't about the flag. It was about access. That night, I ran a scan on the Wi-Fi. 2 devices were piggybacking. Someone had been watching us. I dug deeper. Forum posts. Reddit threads. A vet from 3 counties overfiled a lawsuit against a similar fake compliance team. Different name, same tactic. Send a letter, threaten property, flip the house. The next day, a flyer appeared in the mailbox. You still have time to comply. Below it, a photo of our porch. Clara was escalating. Then came the call. Mr. Gerald Peterson, this is Officer Maddox from the HOA Security Division. We're updating your profile. Just confirming insurance, mortgage balance. Grandpa hung up and told me to trace it. I did. Proxy chains. Shell Network in Nevada. Origin? Civic Edge Support LLC. Strip Mall Office. 15 other sites shared the same design, all collecting data. Grandpa said they don't want the house. They want us out of it. The next envelope had a QR code and no words but final courtesy notice. It led to a dashboard showing our house marked for escalation. Photos. Tags. Timelines. Grandpa, Tuesday. That's when they think I'll break. We fortified. Fishing lines. UV marker traps. Dummy compliance folder laced with GPS trackers. Grandma even broke out a cattle prod repurposed as a stun gun. The house became a bunker. Tuesday came. They arrived. Vest guy. Clipboard. Boo cut. Buzz cut. All back. We're here to finalize enforcement. You're trespassing, Grandpa said. Name. Badge. Jurisdiction. We're contractors. You're felons with business cards. Buzzcut stepped forward. Grandpa unholstered. Safety clicked. Buzzcut froze. Clara arrived. Camera rolling. This is noncompliance. This man is dangerous. Dangerous, I said. You bugged our gate? She faltered. Prove it. I already did. Sent the files to someone who actually enforces laws. The fake officers retreated. Clara stayed smug and self-righteous. You'll regret this. Title it. Karen gets owned by a grandpa with a Glock. 2 squad cars showed up, lights blazing. But this time, the cops came to manage the narrative. That night, we turned our porch into a trap. Chalk lines. Tripwires. Motion-activated lights. Fake compliance folder armed with a location ping. At 11:01 p.m. they came. No knock. One lifted the folder. UV paint lit him up like a disco ball. Another tripped a trap by the hedges. The third kicked our storm door. Grandpa answered. You thought this house was abandoned? You don't have to pull a weapon. I haven't. Not yet. Clara stormed in screaming. This is the behavior I warned you about. Your guy just kicked my door. I don't have guys. Metadata says otherwise. Buzzcut ran off. The quiet one followed. Clara stayed. You set this up. No. I survived you. Police came. This time, we handed them 6 video files and a USB labeled HOA Insurgents 1 a.m. They took Clara in. But that wasn't the end. The HOA meeting at 3 p.m. That day had full attendance. We played the footage. Showed the spreadsheet. Clara labeled Grandpa a hostile veteran. Another neighbor as low resistance. Clara bolted. Then he arrived. Gray blazer. Calm smile. No name. You made a lot of noise. This isn't about the act. It's about the blowback. He handed me a file. Our records. Property info. Background checks. Threats dressed as insights. You should have taken the deal. Still recording, I said. He blinked. Then I guess we both escalate. The next morning, foreclosure notices were taped to doors. Ours included. We fought back. Launched a site, horeckoning.org. Posted everything. Grandma did mail drops. Grandpa made a call to a mysterious ally. It went viral. Whistleblowers stepped forward. Files leaked. Federal agents moved. Clara testified. The man in the gray blazer was arrested. The scam unraveled. The flag still flies. This isn't just a story of standing your ground. It's a story of exposing the systems that think they're too slick to fall. And the family that proved them wrong.